Hello everybody, today we're playing with Arna Kennerüd. Skycaptain is a 5 mana 4/4 in Esper, which is white, blue, and black. The legendary creature human knight with flying and lifelink and has ward, so if you target it, you have to discard a card. Whenever a modified creature you control attacks, double the number of each kind of counter on it. Then, for each non-token permanent attached to it, create a token that is a copy of that permanent attached to that creature. So there's two types of synergies with a deck like this. One are enchantment auras, because it just doubles the auras. It also works with non-legendary equipment, because we get to copy it. If that equipment is legendary, you have to keep one. So it's not recommended to run legendary equipment. Equipment are artifacts that you pay a cost and you attach it to your creature. And Arna also doubles the counter, so any effect that just gains its counters normally, we would double that. For example, Venerate Loxodon that gains counters on creatures, it would double with Arna. So how would a deck with Arna work successfully? In the past, a lot of content creators have made Arna decks, and I've not really enjoyed the types of decks they brewed, because they tend to all in into the equipments. Yes, it's fun for the content, but when you want to actually go for the wins consistently, they fall off. They all in into just one creature, put all the resources, and make a gigantic creature to hit with Arna. Realistically, especially how fast the meta is currently, it's a little bit too slow and very risky. I have the most success playing Arna as a tempo deck, an aggressive tempo deck that pretty much plays around playing evasive creatures who are going to be cheap flyers because they are very difficult to block. Only other flyers or creatures with reach can block them, and we attach enchantments that get us card draw. So we are getting a consistent source of extra card draw each turn. But what are we drawing? We're drawing removal. Anything that can block or poses a threat to our board, we can instantly remove or we can counter it. Because we have flyers, lofty denial effects, and make disappear effects could work. For example, make disappear, if we pay the casualty, which is possible with a cheap deck, we make the opponent counter a spell unless its controller pays 2, and with casualty they would have to pay 4. So we have these effects, and I like playing the very cheap equipment because they do work, and once we have finisher with Arna, it adds up very quickly. As the expensive equipment, we have the 2 swords, Swords of Fire and Ice, and Swords of Forge and Frontier, and the Assimilation Aegis. The Assimilation Aegis is fantastic with a deck like this. If we have a creature equipped and we play Arna, each turn we're exiling an extra creature. So anything that can block becomes a non-issue. Very, very strong spell. Bitterblossom just gives us flyers. Sometimes the opponent wants to destroy all our flyers, so we get to make a consistent source. So let's see how we do with Arna. Okay, we're against Cotis. No place to deal with it. Not bad hand. But they don't have removal. So really, I think I'd play the bat. So Cotis, we have an indestructible commander that plays with a Voltron effect. Do we risk playing the Insight? I think doesn't make multiple creatures. We're in no rush for now. I'd like him to tap out so I can at least draw. Nope. But yeah. So we draw. For that. I'd like to draw on a land. Like a sword black or a white source. Three options. Then we go here. Draw as much as we can. We can spell Pierce. I'd like to bat to see what he has. So, he has that thing. So he doesn't have a land, he doesn't have a 4. Deal with that. That thing becomes very annoying. Okay. I'd like to play you. Let's exile him. Alright, GG's, we got there. We were able to tempo him out. Got to draw cards. Got to play the bat and destroy his win con. We had a removal for Kotus. GG's. Again, Sarkin the Masterless. And this hand is kind of slow. I don't like it too much. To reanimate. We have no draw. Oh, we'll try. We'll try. Let's see if they don't have interaction. We have to decide what they want. It's unfortunate because that means you have to pay a lot of life. Oh, our other options, the bat. Bat's pretty slow. Yeah, I think we have to pay the life. Pay the life and play Bitterblossom. Not the best. Not the best. So we lose 4 life, or we could play some bats here. Okay, we definitely want a blue. I think we play the bat here. We pass. Let's play Sarkin in 2 turns. So we need 2 mana next turn. We have 2 mana there. I'll block here. Oh, we should have misplayed. I got excited and played this. Didn't put a stop. Do we take out Koth? I think Koth. I'm not really worried about Koth. What do we need? We need a black? I just I think I have Koth. Do I want that land? So we don't regret that play. We only have 1 counter still, so we gotta make it work.
We take this land from Phyrexia.
Put a stop here, or we're gonna forget. Get to play his land. Yeah. I'd like to play Arna here, but here we're gonna go you. Do damage. And then block if he wants to.
Don't waste my time.
We're gonna counter his commander because it makes a flyer threat. No Flame Tyrant. Let's counter that. Yep. You know it.
I'll never forget the home we lost.
Alright, I think at this point what we do is... I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. I think if they play a board wipe, we play around it. So we reanimate, we're in no rush. Okay, except one target creature. I can try to go for a draw. I think we just wait. What he plays? He can play a 6-mana dragon. Okay, he wants to storm. Let's see what we do here. Maybe we draw some good cards. Nope. It's fine. So, we're gonna be losing Arna. Let's be here. And let's equip on one of these guys. Okay, I'd like to hit. This point is going to hit with all. That leaves me good. Alright, see what he has. I don't know what he's willing to play, but he's in a difficult spot here. My equipment now will steal on repeat. He's into a really difficult spot. Yeah, we can give Curiosity to you, because it's fun. Going sideways. We get double triggers. I mean, this is just crazy, just getting one other things. This interaction is pretty ridiculous. Alright, good game, really good sport. Okay, we're playing against a Rico. It's good work. Problem is you need to protect. I would like a white and a blue, but it's not possible. We're surveilling, we need the land. I think we wait. Our plan is gonna play. I think we let that resolve. We're a little bit too behind. Tomorrow. Problem is, we have enough mana to pay the 2. But if he goes for a greedy play, we can protect our Herald. Let's play invasion. See what he wants. What is he willing to protect? He counter do we fight? What I don't know. The mana drink we do, but we don't want him to give him the mana. So just countering that. Why though? It's very interesting. Do we accept? Take this 3 turns to get the invasion. I think we let that pass. We can make this appear, replay something very scary. And we need answers into a Rico. Okay. I think we play the bird first. I think we save the make disappear for his commander. Let's go here. Opponent has something. He wants to counter that. Here I want to make disappear or transform a Rico. Be War 3 for that. Yep, I think I make disappear. For blue, what do I want? I think a blue and a white, right? Yeah. Well, it was mean. Or let me mean back. Mana drain open. Let's try to go on the offensive. If he deals with the bird, we have mana drain. Okay. We could have made him counter bet. Oh, I really like the sword. But I think what we do is... I think we play the sword half and make them afraid. Oh no, we played the sword last. Of course, telltale that we have counter spells. Mana drain. Sure thing we went that line. Guess they wanted to risk it. Normally when an opponent, just pro tip, when an opponent leaves 2 mana up and plays an equipment that they could have played that turn, 9 out of 10 times they have a counter spell. They were able to, pretty much, with only 2 counter spells, fight back. They also had to. GG's. Against Tess again. I'm normally mulligan, but we have mana drain. Mana drain is just that good. Okay. Yeah, ideal hand is like removal. Do we need to fetch more blue? I would like to. So let's get you. I think it's a little bit too many lands. We need to be a bit proactive. We need mana drain open. Sure. So I'd like to counter that or no? Interesting. Interesting he went that line. But that means he doesn't have mana. I'll bite. He would have played his commander. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'd like to bat here, but I can't. I have to just be patient. Yeah, we couldn't have played Mist-Cloaked because that was an enchantment, unfortunately. Yep. Before. Much we can do there. Have to surveil and hope here at this point. Keep blue up, we're gonna need blue. I'm looking for removal. This is a blocker. Too slow. We need removal here. I think they have access to probably removal. I want to see what's in their hand without losing the bat. Yeah, they have very crazy cards here. The craziest one is Ajani. Just he wants to play it. Yeah. Maybe too slow. We needed good cards. We didn't get them. Again, we know he doesn't have one of the indestructible. The dog's annoying. Let's deal with the dog. Oh, we're a little bit too slow. We may just lose the game here. We needed to draw one piece of removal. Do we take it? I think we take it. We're gonna have to use the... This guy's a blocker. We needed a land there. A land there would have been great. Easy as a blocker. We're in desperation mode, unfortunately. Gain a bit of life. Keep interaction open. Let's play well into mana drain. I think at this point we do block. We're taking a bit too much damage. Let me just lose. We lose by these lands. Okay. Fantastic draw here. We needed that one land. Unfortunately, can't play the Skrelv. But we can play a protected invasion here. The bat may get us there. We'll see. Now we can start out racing. Alright. So. Double strike. I'm willing to block here. Let's see what he does. Okay, I would like him to not do that. Okay. So we have a land here. Can we play 3, 4, 5? Wow, we got there. Even being super behind early. This game was pretty much a lesson of patience. And to pretty much play to your best outs. The big decision there is always keep counterspell open in case they draw their creature. We had to counter that. It was absolutely crucial to take out his enchantment because it's when it does damage he gains a treasure. We would have 100% lost that game if we didn't counter that card. And we couldn't have played Miscast because it's an enchantment, not instant or sorcery. We played the Invasion to make their cards expensive and to proc the other side. And later on we had the Bat because it was safe to take another of their cards. Finally, we got the mana to play the Eagle, made our bat stronger, which proc the invasion, and from there on out we've gained more life than we would take. And we always had interaction open. The moment they played one of their creatures because they needed white, they didn't have white, we just play our commander, and from there on out we would easily win. So GG's, we got there. Okay, for the post-game wrap with Arna Kennerüd Skycaptain. It's a fun deck. I really like this version. This is a very aggressive version with Esper, where we really fight to interact with the board. We have interaction open always. And pretty much the key to this deck is have cheap creatures, have sources of card draw, but always keep open interaction. Because the opponent can play very scary spells, and in many of the games, just having that interaction open allows us to play a patient game plan, and as soon as the opponent tries to go for a crazy play, we counter it, we play our creatures, we get the incremental value because we have these enchantments. We're going to hit our land drops if we achieve that combo of creature with flying, with card draw, and have some interaction. We're going to draw more cards than the opponent. And finally, Arna can very quickly close out the game. I really like the commanders more as a finisher instead of relying on Arna, because we can play our commander, go for the hit. Now the opponent has to decide, do they take out the smaller creature or do they take out the large creature? Either way is a win-win for us. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And comment below which other commanders would you like me to play. Thanks for watching.